For a moment this winter, Vancraen and Hilde Ingelaere, the founding couple behind 3D printing firm Materialise, saw their wealth soar past $2.6 billion, by Forbes' calculations, as the company's stock topped $80 a share. Easy come, easy go. As 3D printing stocks have fallen, the Leuven, Belgium-based company has seen its shares drop to a recent $41, making the couple's 60% stake worth $1.3 billion. Vancraen, who is 59, would rather think about the long game, for the company and the industry he helped to launch, rather than the value of his stock. "I'm not saying my family is not wealthy," he says in a recent video call. "We see it more as a responsibility." Back in the late 1980s, Vancraen was working at the Research Institute of the Belgian Metalworking Industry when he saw the first 3D printer from industry pioneer 3D Systems. He was wowed, and at first tried to convince his boss to invest in the new technology. It was a paradigm shift, he recalls. When that idea didn't pan out, he quit his job and teamed up with his wife Ingalaere, who is 58 and holds a master's degree in bioengineering, to start the company in 1990. Their original concept was simply to be a service center for the new 3D printers. Unlike Hans Langer, who founded EOS outside of Munich around the same time by gaining the attention of BMW and other large customers, Vancraen believed his customers were more likely to be smaller companies interested in prototyping. "In Belgium, we don't have the same industrial base as the Germans," he says. "That was why we started more as a service company." In the early days, Vancraen finished parts for customers around the kitchen table. Today, Materialise is one of the largest standalone 3D printing companies in the world, with revenue last year of just over $200 million, at current exchange rates. Vancraen, who plans to retire at 65, has been the company's CEO since the beginning. As Materialise began working with its customers, Vancraen discovered that the existing software was a nightmare for 3D printing. "When we got our printer, our issue was that we didn't have customers who had data that could be printed on it, so we had to start with 2D drawings that we modeled ourselves, which was a pain," he says. "It was even worse than that because at that moment we needed to sell a story. We said, 'Give us your CAD data and we will print it for you.' But if a customer gave us CAD data, it was such lousy quality that it was harder than starting from a drawing, so we were forced from the very first days to find a solution to the software problems." Vancraen commercialized the software Materialise developed, and over time it became the company's big advantage. Vancraen signed on customers that include GM, Ford and Baxter Healthcare. "It's easy to say that somebody is visionary, but Fried is one of those guys," says Guy Sips, an analyst at Brussels-based KBC Securities, who has followed the company since its 2014 initial public offering.